But you know what I like about this record the most, man, is we haven't played together so much.
Yeah.
And when we do play on our own shows, it's so drastically different. But this record just came. We just sat down and did this all. How many 11 tracks?
Yeah.
One after another, and it's in that order. And it just came in. We didn't write anything down like what we're gonna play today, man. And to have two different backgrounds, or for the last 8-9 years, two different types of gigs, I thought that was pretty cool. That's what I dig about the thing so much.
Yeah, it was very fresh and it went very, very easily. But I think that early on their gigs were sort of similar. You know, L.V. Banks was a very traditional blues show.
They're definitely on the same pay scale.
Eddie C. Campbell. They're very traditional shows.
We were in the same tax bracket.
That's right.
Yeah. And like I said, Tom used to sit in with us a lot when I was playing with Marty's band, and then sometimes he was actually on the gig too. So they had.
That's when I was able to break somebody's arm.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know, so they had a lot of background.
You know, disconnect the battery and throw away the wire.
Yeah. That's right.
So Tom, tell us a bit about your gig with James Conner. I don't think I'll have to go on YouTube. I don't think I ever heard you play with Conner. Actually, are you doing a lot of the singing for him, or just a little bit?
Just one or two songs a set, and that's it. But I'll take what I can get.
Right. Yeah. And are you still playing with Little Mud?
When he calls.
When he calls, yeah.
That's one of those where he's not working much, so.
Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, so it's been 5 years now with James.
That's how long I've been with Buddy.
Yeah, been all over the world.
Oh yeah.
Tom, you just went to Tel Aviv.
Yeah, I was in Israel, Czech Republic.
What are you telling me? I got a phone call from Tom a few months ago. He was in Hawaii.
Yeah.
So he was in Maui. You were in Maui, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucky you.
There are all kinds of wild animals outside the door.
Chickens, all kinds of stuff.
That's great.
Is there any special meaning that the new album that you have out, 190%
190 proof blues.
Is there any special meaning that you're trying to get across to the listener?
I think that was about the proof of alcohol we stopped by the end of the drinking by the end of the session.
Well, we want the listener to feel good. And somebody asked me in an interview recently, the church where I belong, where'd you get the idea for church where I belong? I said, to be honest with you, when Homer Simpson on the Simpsons episode gets the deed to the church, and he throws a massive party, and it's like you can't even see outside. It's like this place where you can just be yourself in this church. I said, that's cool. So when I give the record, someone they're like, "Man, that sounds like the kind of parties you throw." So the whole record, if it's a good feeling thing, you know, we don't want it to be like, hey, this is depressing blues, and we're not from the Great Migration, we're not from that school of thought. No. This is fun to us, and I like to think that people listen to that and have a smile on their face when it's over. You know?
Yeah, excellent.
Some people get it from 190 proof liquor. Some people get it from 190 proof music. So however you get it, just get it.
Are you trying to put across any correlation between the Chicago blues and the New Orleans blues?
This one I would think with a lot of Chicago.
Yeah, this was.
Yeah. It's a very Chicago-y. It's a very Chicago-y album.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things, you know, when we were listening back to the tracks, you know, I just loved it to death because it sounds like a blues record. It sounds like something I would have bought when I was 14 years old, you know, and in the record shop, you know. It sounds exciting, you know. It does sound like a party, you know, and I love it. You know, their talent is real obvious on it, and I dare anyone to say that it's not a blues record. It's a great blues record.
Because I'll find him and get him.
No, not that, but I mean, you know, the people out there will buy it, and the people will speak.
There's going to be people that criticize it for a lot of a million reasons, and people like it for a million reasons. But it's one of the few that I can sit down and listen to that I like. You know, and I listen to sometimes. I'll be cleaning the house and we'll have it on and they say, wait a minute, who's that? And wait a minute, that sounds like Muddy, or that sounds like Walter or something. You know?
Oh yeah, it's all over the thing.
Cow,
So
that's,
you know what? Melissa has that on the thing at Vino Tinto, and a couple of times on breaks, you know, late in the evening, and waiting to go and play some more, and I'd hear it, and well, actually one night Doug said, "Who's that on the thing?" And I was listening to it, and it was late in the evening. And it was noisy in there, and I'm like, I think that's Junior singing. They were doing, She Shakes All Over.
Yeah,
And he's like, no, that's not Junior. And I'm like, I know who it is, but I can't think of who it is right now.
You produced
And then-
a damn record. You know who it was.
I know, but we were playing, you know how it is. When you're playing gigs, you have a lot of stuff to worry about. I'm using 4 pieces there in between, like, making sure I count up the tips. So by the end of the evening, I'm like, who's that? And then when I was driving home later, I realized that was Marty and Tom.
Right.
And Doug was sitting there, who's this?
That's cool.
That's very cool.
That's good because it's these a lot of Blues Society people. There's you get all these people on the Buddy gig, and there are a lot of purists.
Yeah.
And I want it to be something that purists can dig, and that people who are not necessarily purists can dig, because everyone's got their reasons for liking something.
Yeah.
Give a little bit to everybody, and I think this one could accomplish that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, I got a bunch of coasters I keep in my living room, put my drinks on.
Did you lay down most of the tracks here?
Everything was here in one day,
And everything was live.
and everything was live in that order that it is on the record.
And who else is on the record with you?
It was Big D.
Big D.
Big D is on the
On
record on
harmonica.
harmonica on 4 tunes. Yep. Yeah, and everything was mixed and engineered here. And all this piano was worked on. Michael did the work in the piano. Everything was in this room.
So we're gonna have a big media blitz to promote this.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We need
Through
a big church to
YouTube, of
throw a
course.
party in.
Yes.
It sounds like a plan, man.
Anybody special that you think you would want to hear this? Big names.
Someone with a lot of money, man.
Has any of your peers or anybody that like in your band or Buddy Guy's band, have they any of them heard this yet?
Oh yeah, he's gotten some.
And
real
what
positive
kind of feedback have you gotten on it?
People like it.
Yeah.
People sometimes question why I did it, because some of the tunes are stuff that's been recorded 100 times, but the stuff that I like and the stuff that we can do a little different on. Who I'd like to hear it would be anybody who really wants to hear a new, fresh artist do a classic take on blues. And if that, I'll give Buddy a copy of it. I'll give anybody who wants a copy of it. I'm proud of it. It's nice to walk up to someone and be. I've handed CDs to people that I'm on that I half don't want to give them to. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You're like, well, this is what I have, but you make 100 excuses. This one I don't have any excuses.
Yeah.
No, there's like I said, to me, it is what it is, and it's really good. Let critics or purists pick at whatever they're going.
And they will.
They will.
Yeah.
They're going to anyway.
Yeah.
But I really dare anyone to say it's not a real blues album, because it is. You can hear the people they played with. You can hear all the time they spent in the clubs. You can hear all the work that went into it. People don't realize. People think that being a musician is easy. It's ridiculously hard. It's a hard thing. These guys will tell you, and you don't get a lot of strokes for it. When you're out there playing all the time,
We have to
you
go to
get
Europe
more.
for the Strokes.
You get more, yeah. You get more kicks in the teeth than anything else. Day to day. So
I'm on my third pair of Dungers now.
yeah. So they should be proud of this. They should be proud of this.
There is something.